Celestine is going to play on the harp the Lord's Prayer, and Andrea LaCanella and I, Alona Marshall, are going to dance Celestine's last dance. And she danced this with us. So this is in her honor, and she gets to dance again through us. Thank you.
deep high priestess, very, very spiritual. But maybe what we don't know is all the different lineages that she held and she was very proficient in and she followed. And I would say she was a very old soul, that she walked this earth in many lifetimes, many deep, prominent lifetimes as an Egyptian priestess with Mary Magdalene. But then she also came from her Star Sirius family. She was very multi-everything. And we here can relate. All these priestesses that you see here, we totally relate to that. We also honor a lot of the lineages that Celestine had very, very deeply, because we're all part of that. And so we want to now honor those lineages and share them with you right now. And I step forward to call in Isis. Hail, Isis. Hail, Isis. Goddess of 1,000 names, Lady of the Magic, fertility goddess, master healer, mother of all. We appreciate you, Isis. We thank you so much for being with Celestine in her transition, and we know you are with us now. Thank you for being with her so deeply in this lifetime and during her Egyptian lifetimes. She loves you so much, and we honor you so much. We all honor you so much, and thank you for all that you give us. And especially now, since just like Egypt, we are in a highly activated spiritual time, and we are transitioning into the new earth. So we thank you for being with us, for helping us bring forward the divine feminine as you do, and help us heal this earth and bring it back to its divine, pristine place that we are all going to, and we all came here to do. And thank you for being with Celestine. We know you're with her. We love you. We appreciate you. Hail, Isis.
Hail, Isis. Hail, Isis.
And now I give this to Christie, who is going to, Celestine's in all of us, that's for sure, who we are going to honor Mary Magdalene.
Celestine was a true, sacred, holy woman. Anytime I asked her if she would go into sacred ceremony, it was always yes. She was the first priestess to show up. She shoved boxes into the temple space. She helped me build altars, and she was the last to leave, making sure the garbage was picked up on the floor, her and I, picking up the last bits of garbage that were left behind. She was a worker bee from the heart. We have lost a great woman. For her sacred, holy wisdom, may it be infused in you today, that you may know the truth of who you are. And so Celestine loved Mary Magdalene beyond measure. But what she loved about Mary Magdalene was lifting the veil of the suppression of the divine feminine and revealing the truth of who Mary Magdalene was, that Mary Magdalene was the enlightened priestess of Isis, that Mary Magdalene was a pillar, the tower, full of wisdom that stood side by side in equal partnership with her divine beloved. And in her relationship with her divine beloved, Jesus honored her and did a brilliant and genius thing, for he appeared to her at the resurrection, thus sealing the deal that they could not write her out and suppress the truth that she was an enlightened woman on the planet, like a Buddha, like a Bodhisattva, and that she walked in truth. And Celestine was always by my side, honoring the lifting of the veil and the revealing of the truth of the sacred holy woman, the enlightened woman, Mary Magdalene. So Mary Magdalene says one thing to you, her famous teaching, which most people don't know, and I leave you with this for the inspiration that you feel today. Take the inspiration that you feel, the joy, the peace, the heart opening, the love, whatever it might be that's part of your true nature. Take that inspiration and let it manifest in your being as you walk forth. Enlighten yourself. Blessed be. So in honoring of the next lineage, Michelle Newman.
I first met Celestine when we were in sacred ceremony together, and she was singing light language, and I started singing with her. Banute kondwabi kana shalamokatandi botwa ayo hai voices harmonized together in such a beautiful way. And I just looked at her and said, I want to know you. And she said, I want to know you. And she was such a dear friend and a teacher and a mentor and the most compassionate. And we did so much together. And she called us, my husband and I, Eliyahu and I, and said, we're creating the Galactic Earth Council. And you'll see her book, that's what it's about. That book came from the Galactic Earth Council because Celestine was a star dancer. Celestine was a galactic dancer. She would simply go and swing from the stars and talk to the beings on so many different levels in so many galaxies beyond the stars that we don't even comprehend. She was in communication with those beings. And she taught us. She taught so many of us. And she taught me. And we were Sirius Star sisters. It's a very serious thing. We would channel energy from the dog star, the star system of Sirius. And she taught me how to channel the beings. And it's how I created my career, is because of Celestine. She helped me open to channeling the beings, and now that's what I do. I'm a psychic who channels the beings, and it's because of Celestine Star that I do what I do. And it's because of her awareness. And although she danced from many stars, and I am absolutely sure she's dancing from the stars right this moment. Whee! Can you hear her voice? Yep, you know that voice. And she was a galactic traveler. I traveled a little bit with her, but mostly my star system and my soul is from Sirius, and we so connected because she hung out on Sirius a lot. She traveled interdimensionally, and so many of us had the honor of receiving that energy, those teachings, the delight of knowing there is so much more beyond 3D. And we traveled into 5D and 7D and 15D and on and on. We honor you, Celestine Star. Glory in the light of the Radiant One. 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 Glory in the light of the Radiant One.
Celestine was a Hierophant, and she had her own temple called the Temple of Light. So I just wanted to put that in the mix as well. So Diana Melchizedek is a high priestess that worked with Celestine a lot in sacred ceremony, and she channels Sophia, the Cosmic Mother.
Sophia is just the light of God, the wisdom. Celestine imparted a lot of wisdom to me over the last 15 years that I've known her. She would just give information out like these little nuggets, like as if everyone already knew this. I remember one time I was questioning, this maybe 12 years ago, why was I feeling more drawn to the Indian lineage and less so to the Egyptian? And she explained to me very matter-of-factly, well, when our star sisters came, they gave one line of wisdom to the Egyptian, what is now Egypt, and one to India. And that they do crossover and weave, but that some people feel more drawn to one and some to another. So I would actually like to invite you all to call in the divine light of Sophia with me by using a Sanskrit chant, very simple, a word we all know, which is Ma. But in Sanskrit, the M stands for bliss, and the A stands for Agni, or fire. So when we're chanting Ma, we're chanting bliss fire. And as we're doing that, I invite you, if you feel inclined, to hold a symbol that means something to you in your third eye. Yantra, that's what we call the yantra, and mantra, which we're about to chant, is like adding fire, gas to flame. So anything that we want to purify, we can chant this chant now and ask for the light of Sophia to come down and embody us in the way that Celestine showed us the way to embody the Divine Feminine. you, Celestine. Thank you, Mother. Thank you, Sophia.
And we have Mary Magdalene Priestess Elizabeth Kelly.
Yes, and also I am the Hierophant of the Holy Sophia Lyceum, and Celestine honored me by wanting to be ordained by me and to come into the Lyceum of the Holy Sophia, but also she was ordained, and I, of course, represented her to become a priestess of Isis in the Fellowship of Isis at the Temple of Isis. So I felt it was quite an honoring that she chose me to become ordained. And now I get to tell you some really great news. Heather Solomon, the beautiful Heather, the wife of Donnie Rigo, contacted me because she was quite excited that she has a star that she acquired, a star, and it has been named Celestine Iisha Star.